Today is the Friday edition of Take 5 for Torah. Today is July 4th, and usually on Friday we discuss the Haftorah, and the Haftorah should be Chukas and Balak together, but no holidays this year fell on the Shabbos, so even though it's not a leap year, we have to separate Chukas and Balak, just as we separated the Vayakel and Pekudei. And this Haftorah, therefore, is a rare Haftorah. It's the Haftorah from the story of Yiftach. And I submit to you that this Haftorah connects to its Torah portion more than any other Haftorah of the year. Yes, I stand up by that. The Haftorah of, let's say, Parshas Naso, where the Torah portion mentions the Nazir, is the story of Shimshon, the Nazir. Parshas Vayera also picks up on a lot of the Torah portion, but there are parallels to the Torah portion. There's an element of Hachnosas Orchim, where Avram sits in front of his tent, and the Shunammite woman invites Elisha. There is a couple very elderly without children in the Torah portion, Avram and Sarah, and in the Haftorah portion, that's Shunammite woman and her elderly husband. They both have given up perhaps on having children, but God is always there for us in our time of need, and they both, Avram and Sarah and the Shunammite woman and her husband, do bear a child. The child in both stories is almost taken from them. Yitzchak at the Akedas Yitzchak, and the child seems to die in the field, and they're both revived and brought back. The child back to his mother, and of course Yitzchak returns home. There was also an element of Midas Sodom, of course, in the Parshas Vayera, and in the Haftorah that begins with two children who are taken by a creditor because the parents couldn't pay back a debt. So we see a lot of storyline in Vayera and its Haftorah, but it's not the exact same story. What Parshas Chukas does is Yiftach actually quotes the most of the Haftorah is right out of the Torah portion, because the Ammonites claimed that we took their land. Now, Yiftach correctly points out, we never fought against Ammon. In fact, the Torah tells us we're not allowed to institute battle against Ammon. If you fight us, we'll have to fight back. But this is not land we took from you. Sichon and Og took this land from you. And we were on the precipice of entering the Holy Land. They fought us. And in that defensive war, we took over those lands. And now you come to us 300 years later and you tell us that we took the land from you. I'm sorry. If you have any claim, it's against Sichon and Og. Bring them back and see what you can do. But you have no claim against us. And the Ammonites turned to us in war, and Yiftach defeated them. The Torah does say we're not allowed to initiate war against the Ammonites. But it would be absurd to think that if they fight us, we have to just lay down our arms and say, well, we can't fight you because the Torah says we're not allowed to. No, of course not. The same might be true, parenthetically, that David makes peace with the Ammonites in Shmuel Bet. Now, the Torah also says we're not allowed to seek the peace of Ammon. But the Yereim explains that we're not allowed to seek the peace of Ammon, but if they make a peaceful gesture to us, of course we can respond to that. Just like you can respond if they fight us in battle. This is a debate that we'll see sometime later when we do some psukim in Shmuel Bet. But we see that the Ammonites came out to us in battle, and Yiftach made his best claim against them. You have no claim against the Israelite nation. Your claim is with Sichon and Og. And actually, in the battle, things were not going so well for Yiftach, and he made a very poor deal with God. God, if you make me successful, the first thing that emerges from my door will be holy unto you. V'alisiu olah, and I'll bring it up as an upbringing. Ibn Ezra explains that there was a caveat. If it's an animal, I'll bring it up as an upbringing. But if it's a person, that person will be holy. So we've had a discussion on this earlier. For the time being, that means the worst possible scenario is what the Gemara in Taanis says, a pig or a camel or a dog would come out, and you wouldn't offer that on God's holy altar. So this is Yiftach, who saved the day for us against the Ammonites, and that's the Haftorah taken right out of Parshas Chukas.